Hello my friends and welcome. My name is Dennis and this is the recent update about the situation here in Ukraine. And before we go to the military map, I want to tell some of the words about this anti-tank missile that our army, Ukrainian army, operate to kill Russian tanks here on the battlefield. It is Stugna-P, it is Ukrainian made, and let's go for the video. The Stugna-P was designed in 2005 by the Luch factory, which is in Kiev, Ukraine. After all of the tests had been completed, it was delivered to Ukrainian army in 2011 and also to Ukrainian National Guard in 2015. Stugna-P is anti-tank guided missile and used to hit the armored vehicles and tanks, but it can also be used against the hovering helicopters at the low altitude. Stugna-P consists of the launcher, the tripod, the aiming equipment, the rocket, the tube, and also the remote controller. Unlike American-made javelins, Stugna-P is equipped with laser-guided rockets, and that require constant target monitoring by the operator. Then the rocket flies to its target. Two kinds of rocket calibers can be used for Stugna-P, 130mm and 152. 152mm rocket can penetrate the target with an armor thickness of 1 meter. Enemy vehicles may be targeted for a distance of 5.5 kilometers, that is more than 2 times longer compared to javelin. For the nighttime there is the thermal camera installed and the distance in that case reduced to 3 kilometers, but still longer compared to javelin. The greatest advantage of the Stugna-P system is that it can be controlled from the long distance up to 100 meters by the operator, so there is the long wire goes to the controller. So that feature reduces the risks of the backfire. Stugna-P also goes abroad for export. In that case it's called skiff. And now our army uses those skiffs as well. So you might have seen the videos where the Arabic letters were on a control display of our troops Stugnas. The biggest disadvantage of Stugna-P is that it's kind of bulky and heavy. The weight of the rocket inside the tube is 29.5 kilos. The weight of the launcher of the tripod is 32 kilos. Aiming equipment weighs 15 kilos. The remote controller weighs 10 kilos. So together it is 86.5 kilos. It's like the weight of the average man. The good thing though is that the rocket price is not very expensive. The average price for each is $27,000, much cheaper compared to Javelin and Anlo. Totally we have around 1000 Stugna-P models in our army and also more than 3000 rockets for that. During this Russian aggression against Ukraine, the Stugna-P recommended itself as one of the best weapons to destroy Russian tanks, troops and vehicles. Okay guys, I hope it was interesting, and now let's go to our military map. It is here, and everything that happens in Ukraine happens on the south or on the eastern part. And we have bad news. Russia advances their forces over here to Kramatorsk, Slaviansk, and just it was yesterday. Let me show you like that, and it's today. Let's move. Yeah, you can see they advanced their forces to reach Slaviansk and Kramatorsk, the major cities in this region, and they also advanced from the south. They actually took some of their troops from Mariupol. They put them here to advance to the north, and basically they want our army to be surrendered here, to be captured, surrendered, circled, and that's their main goal. About the Mariupol, we have still Ukrainian armies fighting in Azovstal. It's the main factory in Mariupol, takes lots of space there, and there are lots of basements as well. And yesterday, I think it was yesterday, Russian so-called president, together with his war minister, not the defense minister, but the war minister, they decided not to attack this place, but this place is under attack, so they also want this place to be surrendered, Azovstal. There are lots of civilians as well as our Ukrainian troops, and they cut all the supplies of water, everything, food, and they are really struggling. So the hardest place, I would say, for Ukraine, for Ukrainian soldiers and civilians is here now in Mariupol. It's a very bad situation there, and there is no way how our army can reach this its way to free the city, because the way is very, very long, more than 100 kilometers, around 65 miles to reach Mariupol. And of course our forces will be attacked by the aviation, Russian aviation, because their Crimea that they captured in 2014, it's very nearby. There are lots of airports, airdromes, they have helicopters that they may use against Ukrainian army. So there's no any way how we can free the city. About the situation here near to Mykolaiv, it's much better for Ukraine here, even though Russia still attacks Mykolaiv with missiles, etc. But our troops were able to free some of the land over here, just some space. I hope one day we'll be able to free Kherson city. It's the major city in this area. And also, if you see those vast lands, you may think that Russia controls all of that stuff, but imagine in Melitopol, the city that they were able to take almost easily, there's still resistance, and our partisans fight against their troops. And for the last months, 150 Russians were killed there. I mean, Russian troops were killed by resistance. So just imagine how many villages are there. So they are not controlling all of this territory, even though they want, but still there is the huge resistance from civilians and from local people. And there's no any way how they can, put their own power on Ukraine, will fight against them there. About me and my life here in the village, well, my friends, I was able to get this dosimeter, radiometer, to measure the radiation. And this thing is quite useful if you have the threat of nuclear attack in Ukraine. And so just remember that Russia controls the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, which is civilian, but still there is the risk that something may go wrong. So I'll be able to measure the radiation level already, and I got the iodine tablets. That's the crucial things that are required in case of nuclear attack or something is wrong. I hope I will never need this stuff. And also I still have idea to go to the Kiev area, to this area near to the Kiev, to film what Russian had done to those small cities and villages around Kiev, to show the world how we struggle, that we need help. We need help from the Western world to fight against Ukraine. So far we have some of the weapons, but we need more, because Russian troops, they have advantage in their military forces and vehicles in quantity, but not in quality. My friends, thank you very much for watching this video, and you are awesome. So please support this channel if you can on Patreon or on PayPal. All the links I put in a video description, and also part of the money I put for charity, to support Ukrainian kids who got injured during this war. I wish you a peaceful sky wherever you are, and have a great time.